year, 39.7 million new loans have been allocated to local councils for road maintenance and rehabilitation.
President Bio say government able to do all this because of the economy they do well.
In 2024, GDP grew by 4%, driven by mining, agriculture, construction, light manufacturing, and tourism. Inflation fell from 54.5% to 9.38%. The Leone depreciated only by 5.7% against the United States dollar. Domestic revenue reached 14.6 billion. The fiscal deficit narrowed to 4.8% of GDP, and public debt declined to 39.5% of GDP through disciplined repayment and exchange rate stability.
The economy they do well, according to President Bio, because of government policy them. Now the mining sector and other area them we make government now they get couple from their sector than they.
Mining remains a cornerstone of our economy. In 2024, mineral exports generated $1.12 billion with growth in iron ore, rutile, and mineral sands. Reforms under the 2022 Mines and Minerals Development Act have strengthened transparency and community benefits. This year, we disbursed $6.7 million in community development funds for schools, clinics, and water systems in Putloko and Tonkolili. Non-tax mining revenues rose by 34% to $28 million due to better oversight and increased production. But our vision goes beyond exporting raw minerals. We are adding value locally, diversifying exports, and ensuring sustainable practices.
Inside the state opening, parliamentarians them get different reaction to what the president they say in his speech, and this they show through the undertone whatever they give as the president they make in speech. And one thing we go notice now that member them of the opposition be they get question with regards to certain achievements them with the president they point at, and member them of the government bench they support most of the thing them with the president they say in government don't able for do. But then question and support here just normal inside any state opening. For the Society for Radio Democracy, me, Nachengno Jalo, the report.
The program now, Good Morning Saloon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. We will bring you this edition of the program. Musa Kamara Naminim.
Adeyemi Jackson.
As we mentioned earlier today inside the program, Radio Democracy, they look at President Bio in speech at the opening of the third session of the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic, and see them will be inside Parliament as a constitutional mandate for make President open Parliament every year for the operation of the House. Well, President Bio do last Thursday, he talk about plenty things them we in government don't do in the past years, and what them plan for do, and how in government they go about that. Well, for come help look at some of the things that we happen at Parliament that day, and the things that we President say he don't do and plan for do. We get now the studio Honorable Tamba Simeon Johnny, Member of Parliament from Kono. He represent the Salon People's Party, SLPP, now the program. Good morning and welcome to the program, Honorable. Okay. And also now the program we get Member of Parliament, Honorable Alpha Jallo from the All People's Congress APC Party and the Komofalaba District. Good morning, welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, Musa. Good morning, Radio Democracy, and good morning, the people of Sierra Leone.
And inside the program, we expect for be joined by Marcus Bangura, Executive Director Forum for Democratic Accountability from the Civil Society Wing. Today, we look at President Bio in speech and things that will happen at Parliament. President talk about a lot of things then, and the including the 5 big game changers step we get for do with the feed salon, agriculture, and also the human capital development. Talk about health, talk about energy, But for today, we go limit to some of the things that we get for do with the agriculture sector, we not field salon, we not government flagship program, and also we look at human capital development. If time permits, we go look at other areas them. But before we come look at the thing, then there plenty things happen at parliament. We don't make parliament subject of discussion at plenty public forums there now. We get for do with the chanting during when the first lady be the entire things that will happen during the end and the Honorable Alpha, I go start with you. The things that will happen at parliament before president's speech, how you can describe them as an opposition member at parliament?
Thank you so much, Musa. On that day, lots of things that happen. Interesting thing then. I know say you mentioned things that we make parliament a subject of discussion that morning day na boku social media platforms. One of which perhaps you did refer to na some chanting we been happening when the first lady be taken inside. We na a song basically we then sing at the well of parliament we then they call cocos. Honestly, I not be one for like comment on that subject there because chanting then a thing we come on at the well of parliament. But it seemed to me as if the chanting of Kokoros or the song Kokoros na SLPP the new anthem because we see during the national convention then chant Kokoros na the stage and we see the president they dance onto the music and the vice president and host of others na the stage na the convention. So if then they dance to that music there, so if we already that kind of chant in a parliament, again, we would think say maybe this nice people the new chant since then perhaps they not get anthem like APC we get the victory song.
You been in a parliament study?
I've been in a parliament, yes.
It's still not clear allegation counter allegation saying that APC then be the same Kokoros, some say na SLPP. From your perspective, would that be the same Kokoros?
Yes, so again, that brings me to a point where they say, yeah, we don't see the First Lady don't come out on EU social media platform, I mean the official social media handles. He say, and I think where them don't orchestrate that in party, so internal party politics, basically, in the play now. He say, now, he point out Prince Hardy, the former chairman of the SLPP, say, now orchestrate this, and if we don't know, then we don't tell her. I mean, it did on social media platform. I believe so you go down see her, and many others go down see her. And so again, but me not feel say really that an issue because chanting at the well of parliament and singing now common thing. We don't see all presidents starting from Sheikha Stevens don't go through their songs and chantings and at the well of parliament. So why make issue out of this one? I really don't understand. I remember vividly last parliament. That at the fifth parliament, then sing by the president, the current president, President Bio, because he talks on talk then we know consistent to waiting they happen. And so I remember then sing say the party lie, the pana pamolai, the panorama to lie, and things like that. But it was all fun, people then laugh, even in the president laugh. Okay. And we just see that over and over again. I remember last year, now be my first time for attend because me na first time NP. The first lady self be the true chance at we last year where we go by the state opening, the APC I mean. And so this really not for be the issue. The issue I think for be the fact say the first lady refused for stand up for the president where they can inside for join the standing ovation where is supposed for do where everybody else do not well, but for some reason he refused for stand, and we see also a kind of social media. It is say it not ever stand for the president where they come, yeah, inside the well. That it reference the past 7 or 8 state opening them we don't attend. But again, we don't see videos them we don't pop out. And the show say is stand up on previous parliamentary state opening there. Where I think say the first lady owe the people of this country an apology for mislead the people and for tell them say blunt him up for the standing ovation with the president when I husband the inside, and then we don't see videos of several at least I don't see at least videos of 2 state openings where he stand up with the president the inside.
You said it's not an issue, but you don't already turn the issue. What it make you think this chanting different from the other year chanting?
Yeah, so I just think say now people in the try for spinam, defenders of First Lady, and it has to do with internal party politics. So perhaps the defenders of Madam First Lady want to use this for spin the rhetoric inside the party and make First Lady a victim for make it gain sympathy and for make it get more support, because as the way how we see things, it seems as if it lost the grip within the SLPP.
Okay. Honorable Alpha Jallo, continue for the with we, where they represent the All People's Congress Party in the Parliament. We come to you, Honorable Tamba Johnny from the SLPP Party. Same on the issue of chanting. We see what happened during the state opening of Parliament, and there has been accusation and counter accusation from both the opposition bench as well as the ruling bench. You they represent the SLPP Party. One, what exactly happened on that day in the well of Parliament on the arrival of the First Lady?
Thank you very much, Famulem, and for this question. On that fateful day, when me arrived in Parliament, I came a little bit late, so I've been there for go use the gent done at the deputy leader of government business when Honorable Bashir Sidik in office, and anybody who is familiar with that parliamentary set up, it did not see a dong na they in office day. So by the time we meet the kind side now, I meet the president don't start the first paragraph of in speech. So I not been there when all then the way they say unfold. Okay. You don't understand. So for make I able for give comprehensive analysis as to then sing, they not sing, it up, it not up. If I say anything na possibly you are saying
okay,
will not go be tenable. You don't understand. But I can now admit now president don't start his speech.
Okay, you not witness the scene according to you, but again, is it a kind of normal routine for you don't see videos of the chanting and the songs and way at that time with the alleged say MPs and sing? Is it not a normal routine for when dignitaries they enter for do that kind of chanting a day?
It go interesting for no say me na one of the few characters we share the attribute of Peter Drudry. Me are not social media friendly. You don't understand.
So you not see any video of
why I say I'm not social media friendly? If for now I go Facebook, I find I'm very difficult. I not even get account. You don't understand? It go interesting for you know. Me now waiting somebody send a WhatsApp. You don't understand? We send something a WhatsApp. You send them. Now that one day are they able for interpret. You don't understand? And the WhatsApp group the way me day, I not see something of that nature. So I not go able for react on waiting they say. Now like I go just hearing no more somebody just now then half grumble no more now WhatsApp saying na so it happen, not to so it happen. So but until we get waiting them corner where parliament the hazard where you want forget anything will be non pass, you can able go there. So I go since this done they are myself down here now for my brother this question, I will go na the hazard now and try for see how I will able for follow up the information and allow watch out for myself. And as you say, like I don't explain, within a digital world now today, people can go now themselves able for check and let them make the judgment for themselves. You don't understand? And then be able for make a valid judgment.
Okay. In name now Honorable Tamba Simeon Johnny, Member of Parliament from Kono, they represent the SLPP party. And today we look at the president's speech now, the state opening way happen Thursday. But we will look at the side comments them or things them way happen at Parliament, and the honorables and don't get their own take on what exactly happened. We no go with them. We go start for look at the president's speech, and we start with the big 5 game changers them. We get for do with agriculture, get for do with book learning and other areas them. And we start with the agricultural sector. The president make a lot of speech or talk them around within government don't achieve in the agriculture sector. And one pandemic na that the rice production grew by 8%, we cut down import by 13% and save Salone $15 million in foreign exchange. And the price of rice, according to the president, is already reduced by 20%. We don't give families the relief. Honorable from the All People's Congress APC party within a parliament and with the common form Falaba district. This is the president in statement and what he said and don't achieve in the feed salon. What do you make up of that and what do you think?
Honestly, after we spare some time for look briefly on the president's statement and reflecting on it, I really I discovered that there is so much disconnect between the president they say and within the reality and the ground. So you they wonder like when they read the statement. I mean, the statements are beautiful and all of this. So you they wonder if na Salone really the president they talk about. For example, okay, it is say this 13% reduction on the rice and imports and all of that. Okay, you may in the kind of insinuate as if the increase in production na the country, na the local rice, na it make the import drop. But somebody can also say na as a result of the increase in tax for imported rice will be passed in Parliament 2024, na the 2024 Finance Act. We talk that 10 day and tell the government say there no need for increase the tax on rice, imported rice for support feed salon, because feed salon now don't come into effect it. Because if they do that, we argue say it will kill the people then before they feed them. And so we can argue say, or if me want, I go argue say this may be the reason. We no go. It's a tenable reason we go say now that make the price the percentage of imported rice fall. But we look generally into waiting the president say and waiting if they do or waiting the government they do on agriculture. You know, recently they bring in a supplementary budget na the well of Parliament. And in that supplementary budget, you wonder really if agriculture na government in flagship program. Because let me tell you what happened. You know, in that supplementary budget, government cut down, not to propose, then cut down because we don't already pass the supplementary budget, then cut down the budget for feed salon from 747 million new leons to 91 million new leons. You don't wonder waiting at the reason for this cut. Why then go cut the proposed budget, the earlier budget, the original budget, from 747 million to just 91 million for the entire feed salon program? You ask yourself if really government mean we didn't see feed salon na the flagship program. Where na the supplementary budget, the only thing like we they observe really where they increase na the allocation to the office of the president, where they increase over 220%. Yeah. Initially, the original budget, where they've been carried last year November, na 79 million new leons. Now have been the budget of the office of the president. Now in this revised budget, na 255 million. So they increase the president budget by 220%, and work out the percentage, we then decrease the budget on agriculture. So like you wonder, like they really mean this thing where then they say they increase the president in budget from the vice president from 15 million to 19 million. They increase the office of the chief minister from 24 to 31 million new leons. These increases only happen like for you take notice of these offices, like the office of the president, the office of the vice president, and the office of the chief minister. Like you even ask yourself, the office of the chief minister, why then they increase and allocate this amount of money to them, where it not get they implement directly programs, it only they do coordination and supervisory roles. So you wonder like where to make them the cut money per agriculture and add them for the president for fly.
Now, okay, when you look at the president's speech, most of the things that we mentioned, like the feed salon, they get support from international partners, not domestically generated income. According to the president, they say they don't get over $800 million pledge, with over $205 million already committed to livestock, cassava, and rural roads, as you get from that report just now. The money we say they don't give. And you not think say government depend on international partners, not from the local budgets or the domestic revenue that they take and
government getting part for play in as much as they know and they are aware about the donor support. There is no way government they propose feed salon where they know feel say they will get support from international partners, because if you look at last year, and I do analysis of the budget for feed salon, where government is at 2.6 billion United States dollars. We have been questioned how they will get that money there and all. And so government allocation, it means say if then they get donor support, government not for doing you, no. That is why, even though with all of the government's donor support where them in the project and all, they still budget over 700 million new loans. But for make them can cut and down now, I mean, there is no explanation.
Okay. You mentioned earlier, say they reduced the Ministry of Agriculture budget from 700 million new loans to 91 million new loans, and you ask a question why. But when you look at other areas, them at the president in speech, you go see say they mention about certain money them whether they get from donor. Again, the same question where my colleague asked you earlier in terms of the donor support, where the ministry or government don't they get with regard the feed salon program. Una from the opposition bench, una not think say that alone they help for save the country in terms of revenue?
Not at all. Like I say, like I make my point earlier, government get in your part for play. Like now, so these donor projects they operate, government get for come inside, And so let's just look at for giving more perspective into this matter. Let's look at the audit service salon do a performance audit on feed salon program, and this audit service report reveals say the sector not receive even up to 10% of the budget we government give them for 2023. 2023 2024. So you they ask yourself, like, where is the sincerity of the government where they say agriculture and flagship program or feed salon, yet then they cut the budget, and then even the one where they don't decide for allocate, to some extent you find out saying like 10%, they not even give up to 10% according to waiting the audit service performance audit reveal. And then the audit also reveals say then buy tractors them, we not get spare parts then at the district, and we not even get spare parts in the country. If you look at the audit report, performance audit report, inside page 10, they talk about all of this. And then after like 7 years of the Bueller administration, we get a report. I mean, last year we get the one report will be in quote Naya, but this year again we get a report where the audit performance audit report quote when the Sierra Leone economic update report when World Bank na the do we tell we say 55% of Sierra Leoneans has food insufficiency, and 48% are in crisis. I mean, we still get all of these numbers and these figures, and then we get these beautiful speeches. So you wonder really if now this country the president they talk about.
Continue for the which we in name Honorable Alpha Jallo from the opposition APC party in Parliament, where don't take with through the president in speech where he delivered this BNTM now the opening of the state opening of Parliament. Continue for the which we now the program we also get Honorable Simeon Johnny way from the SLPP. Continue for the which we now the program when we come back to you we can look more into the areas them now the president in speech. The program now Good Morning Salon, and inside the program now we go for this break.
See our last camp and this farming business. Now in no more they make.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue, and they can say from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Inside the program we get Honorable Tamba Simeon Johnny, Member of Parliament, represents Kono people under the SLPP party, and also Honorable Alpha Jallo, they represent people of Falaba under the APC party. And today inside the program, they look at President Bio's speech now, the state opening of Parliament. Honorable Tamba Simeon from the SLPP, we look at President Bio's speech in the area of feed saloon. According to the president, rice production grew last year by 8%, and also exports or imports of rice reduced by 13%, we give Salone about $15 million or save Salone $15 million in foreign exchange. You be then at Parliament with President, they present this speech, and you come up from Kono district. From what in presidency and what in the exist in reality, what he goes about this speech and the thing that we presidency it don't achieve in the field salon.
Thank you very much. And I feel say the speech of the president now a confirmation of waiting the on ground where it comes to the issue of agriculture. Yeah, and you find out say at some point last year, rice been done almost go before the harvesting season. Rice been done almost go 960 leons, or we go say 960,000 leons. That whole leons, you don't understand. And if you watch and now today, the cost of imported rice, we now the one way everybody they go in for fast, we now the palm oil, or we then they call push hour, is now something like 620 leons. Then a testament for sure say a lot of effort don't be applied in agriculture, where the president they talk about. And I believe say WFP is a very credible world institution. And in terms of even the school feeding programs, and when we can get them disaster and other emergencies, we can depend on them for let them help we with food assistance. But we find out, say, from their own report, that 15% or so food now way then they procure, now Sierra Leone, now the other way then they produce locally, now this country. You know, the Feed Salon program, now a very ambitious program. We get a lot of things inside. Okay. You don't understand. Now, we be known that this country, where they do farming, one day we not be known do what them call soil mapping. Everybody go just grab no more. If you say because I see black dot in here, la go plow. You don't know whether this one is suitable for rice, for ginger, or for what have you. You don't understand. Under this Feed Salon program, today we don't conduct the first soil survey. Now, if you go to the Ministry of Agriculture, you want for plant ginger, then go tell you say this part of the country, now they go plant ginger. If you want for do animal husbandry, because then elephant grass has a disease, so not to all the way good for cow or then rudimentary animals. Then go tell you say this part of the country where you go there. Now there you feel say if you they do their rudimentary make it suitable. You don't understand. This now they also this for cassava. So when people begin to follow some of them farming practices here, you find out say we don't see dividend. You don't understand in that particular area, and we've been getting a lot of wastages. Imagine we now one of the major importers of exporter of gari to the sub-region. Who say the bulk of the gari they come on at this country na Matrujon, and not to Matrujon per se, but beyond Matrujon. How rainy season like this, when them farmer them in the produce and the cassava term this, you don't understand this and they term this for cassava. When the farmer then they produce the gari, you find out say that they lost a lot. Now the John River. Under this Feed Salon project today, if you go, you find out say when you reach now na Matru, you not go for float motorcar again for load and inside boat. You can just get a smooth sail. You don't understand. Under this Feed Salon program with SCADEP, we get 5 ferry crossing where first 10 and then traditional ferry them in the pool. We do all these things, food them in the day. Now then Tampori, then Tambaka area, then people not been the access the market.
Okay.
You don't understand? Gendema, people not been the access the market. Rainy season like this for cow then food stuff then. Okay. But when this connectivity take place, we find out say presently na the market, we see a lot of things na the market. So then they lead also to the reduction, because when the goods are available enough, you don't understand, you not get option, but for put your own price on.
You make mention of the end then Kamakuya exists and then Tambaka exists. You in any way aware that place recently cut off?
Yeah, that the road of itself.
Yes.
You don't understand. But I tell you now, when you go Kamakwe, you don't understand, the Sela Limba area, we know them mainly now for like tobacco production and all the rest. But we said them they do intensive farming na beyond the Kaba Ferry area. Now they do a lot of farming. How them people them in the cow then goose them? Especially practical example now this Matu John why don't giso. You don't understand. Most of the goods them in the perish.
Okay.
And farmers have not been able to access the market. But because of this connectivity, you don't understand, and the intensive farming, because you remember, not to government that for go do plowing. Government don't come with machines.
Okay.
It don't put under the hands of private sectors. You don't understand. It don't put money na Bank of Sierra Leone for let you to go able for access a loan, for let go undertake farming. You don't understand. But how many of we they able for go? Now this thing, PC and son, imagine who don't they in this country for decade years. Will not be ever no say now what you sabi no more than say lunge abas for 2-3 weeks, all things don't well. But today, when you go na Lokomasama, you see PC and son the investment to the extent they able for attract over $10 million loan. Where then they export pepper. Then they export other vegetables. Then they export onion. All this now part of the field salon project.
Okay, Honorable, you just listened to Honorable Jallo. He described the president's speech as one disconnect. Two, he mentioned that some of the things we captured at the president in speech under the field salon program not seem for the reflect waiting to happen at the ground. When you talk about the president's speech in terms of rice importation of rice reduction, talking of locally produced rice increase, and also you talk about egg and other things them. But one go say some of them things has not reflect to the ordinary man.
All right, you know they reflect. Me and you too. I believe say if you be non buy rest December, you don't understand, or January last year, I know the rate at which it been bang. When I been 960 loans, when I almost 40 loans been all left for let go 1,000. We all know the drastic reduction from 960 loans to 620 loans. You don't understand. If you be say we not be known the intensify we all local production. What's in agriculture? Now food availability. You don't understand.
The price of a bag of rice actually fair enough to the ordinary man based on his income, Annie?
No, but we now talk about the 10 way be there at 960 loan. You don't understand? To 620 loan. If you do the mathematics, you find out say we don't get close to 300 or so loans we don't reduce from that one day. If you be saying so you in the bar and then 10 a day, this is 360 loans. If you multiply by 10, 340 loan, if you multiply by 10, it don't give you 3,400 loan. Then they, if you na law say you na one serviceman, then they don't do for lay able for rent, you warum and pala na eastern. You don't understand. And also day na the rice importer na in pocket in the go. But this now this on the show say the field salon project it work.
In summary, you agree with all waiting President Bio saying field salon?
Superlatively, yes.
What do you mean by superlatively?
For telling no more the emphatic expression of yes.
Okay. Continue for stay with me inside the program. Good morning, Salon. Honorable Tamba Simeon Johnny, Member of Parliament from Connaught District. They represent the SLPP. So they will look at President Bio in speech in Parliament on the areas them where he say in governments don't work and waiting they don't do they. We get Honorable Alpha Ajalo from Falaba district, they represent the APC, and also Honorable Tamba Simeon Johnny of SLPP from Kono district. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue. They go for break. We'll continue for look at more issues.
OTB Union Trust Bank, the game changer don't come. As we the lead, others they follow. And just with your mobile phone, you will transfer and receive money with ease, speed, and safety. UTB don't make it possible for collect money na ATM machine without the ATM card.
Other departments and at the commission, now like just a chief minister now overseeing other directorates or other directors in terms of what they do. And then if anybody they lag, I ensure say I boost them up so that it will able for deliver on a mandate.
All right. Now, as you mentioned, say you all have oversee different departments then at the Anti-Corruption Commission, but don't look at the asset declaration where on pull out for government official or people where they work in government. How far with that?
We don't make significant progress. One thing we get to understand is that the asset declaration is now 100% online, and we don't create the infrastructure or the platform whereby you go there anywhere, you do declaration. We don't do a lot of, if you like, revolution or reforms. So last year, to be precise, been the declaration year 2024. So we opened the portal, and a lot of people do the declaration. We even don't put out what we call administrative sanctions, whereby we inform the MDAs then of those who not declare it by way of default notice, and then them being compliant, then come in, and then they don't do the declaration. So as we speak, by way of an update, I will say that we get 96% of compliance of the targeted individuals, because the asset declaration process will be done also reduce the declarants category. Initially, when it started, it would talk about all public officers, but with the amendment to the Act in 2019, a greater portion being there for amend the asset declaration regime in terms of, firstly, category of declarants. So now we get those in grade 7 and above. But if you did below grade 7, but you did perform fiduciary responsibility or decision making, because sometimes the grades or levels vary in some sectors. Therefore, if you still did perform like a procurement officer, but you did a grade 4, you know, an account clerk or accountant or finance officer, but you did grade 3, depending on what grade you are in that institution, we ensure that you declare your asset. So with those targeted people, we ensure we write the MDA so far in the country, the HR then send the information to we, and those are the targeted individuals. So out of that list, now we don't get 96% of compliance. We still get 4% we know don't comply, called the defaulters. That's in the region of about 666, I could recall. And that one way we talk about the 96% in excess of 16,000 people that we don't declare. So those we not declare, the provision did not the act, whereby we issued the default notice again to the MDAs, the heads, for tell them, say they not declare, 14 days default notice. After the default notice, then we go ahead for inform the accountant general, then for withhold your salary for a period of 1 month. If you know still declare 6 months, then you go be suspended from office. Okay. The only exemption are for those where the positions are established by Parliament, by the Constitution. Sorry.
Within that position, they are established by Parliament. People then go on for no explain it.
Yeah, that's what I am saying. By the Constitution, I just Parliament because like in a case in point at the Parliament, because they get a 5-year tenure. So you know now through now declaring, you say let the person left that office. So what you do, you institute another measure when at the civil intervention na court, for CC, that person did not declare and he still not declare, you can go that line. In fact, the cooperation from even parliamentarians and cabinet ministers is very high. I will tell you this year, as in the declaration year of 2024, has been the highest form of compliance we don't get.
All right. Now, let's look at the asset of InSafe. Where somebody did declare asset, waiting specifically if for declare for the benefit of listeners.
Firstly, declare what we talk in biodata. Then he also talk about in income, then how much they also get per annum. Then if they go further for state, if he don't get employment before, the current employment now we're in. So it will also give we that history. Then we now count to in family, in spouse, or spouses as the case may be. Then if you get picking below the age of 18, you also get for state that one. Then from there now, we begin for go into the assets themselves. You go mention the movable assets, you get vehicles, you get motorbikes, or you get any other like generator, big thing we movable. You mention that, and you state the property, the year of acquisition, and the mode, and the market value. That's all you state in the form, because it need for guide we for make an estimation of how much is the totality of the asset we will talk about. Then the immovable assets too. But this movable asset, we look at them from within or without. That means inside Sierra Leone or outside Sierra Leone, therefore state them. If you get a movable asset inside that. The same for the immovable assets. Immovable assets like land, like ores, and then a lot of other things we no movable. Those are the kinds of things most likely. Then you state them also the ones in Sierra Leone or outside of Sierra Leone. You state them. Then you also tell we other sources of income where you get outside of that work. So now I make, for instance, you use your NIN now for do the registration, or you use your NACID number. These are all unique numbers. We will feel say now you know more sabi. Or later with the asset declaration generate number for you, like asset declaration form 003. You will not say that is only you, and then get all the other things. So it is really securitized.
Right. So lastly, the 4% of people we don't left any time frame don't they we don't give them.
Yes, basically waiting we don't do, we don't inform them, but I'm sure as we go along, then we'll come in for do the declaration, because nobody no go wish for let them withhold their salary.
That now the coordinator of operations, now the Anti-Corruption Commission, Patrick Sunday, they talked to Usman Kamara inside an interview. Those I confirm say, but 96% of government workmen them don't declare their assets to the Anti-Corruption Commission. The program now Good Morning Salon, and the program they continue.
And we continue for look at more issues for counter with studio guests. Then we'll go say the Vice President, Dr. Mohamed Julda Jallo, say the oil and gas survey with Geopartners and Bureau Geophysical Prospecting Duna Salon Water. Now, part of government's commitment for begin invest in the oil and gas sector. They talk this way, then organization go present waiting come on now the survey to the Vice President on Sunday. Well, I've been the part of this and put this report together. This survey come after one agreement with government being signed inside December 2023 with Nigerian Oil and Gas Company FA Oil Limited for do oil and gas exploration. Now 6 offshore oil block them na the country. Part of the agreement now been for do survey and know the level of oil and gas na the block when they don't sign agreement for and give them license for do oil exploration. For sake of this, FA Oil Limited and the Petroleum Directorate Salon being hired the service of Geopartners Limited when a UK-based geological and geophysical oil survey service for do the survey, and this company being subcontract Bureau Geophysical Prospecting Company for do the survey June 6 this year. The survey been begin and end on August 2nd, 2025. For no waiting come out inside this survey for sake of the country oil and gas, make the Bureau Geophysical Prospecting BGP and Geopartners be all briefing with the Vice President Dr. Mohamed Julda Jallo Sunday, August 10 this year. Jim Guland, now managing partners for Geopartners.
Overall activity, about 48 days of work. We had some downtime, but it was an incredibly successful survey. Thanks to the BGP crew and everybody involved with the PDL sales support from onshore, it was a very, very successful survey in terms of acquisition expectations.
Jim Guland explained how then go about the survey.
So this is how we actually acquire the data. So what we do is we steam up and down on a pre-registered track, and each line is 750 meters apart. So we go up on the left-hand side, go north, and then we turned south of the Ghanaian border and came down the other side. And it's what we call a racetrack. We just go up and down, slowly moving across by 750 meters each time. So we have a regular view of the seabed as we go across. To tell you how it's 25-metre cross-line density of our samples of the subsurface geology. So it's very, very high-resolution data. That's why we call it 3D. Now, what we do is we sample, literally provide a cross-section through the subsurface every 25 metres. But we'll have a very early volume to look at and to market and to attract interest in Sierra Leone with 6.
As they analyze the data now, make a turn to Fode Mansari, the Director General, Petroleum Directorate Saloon, and ask him waiting the early reports inside the survey they show, and when the final report they come out na do.
We expect 30 billion barrels of oil now we basin. In this specific area where FA oil get, na 10 billion barrels of oil. Now at $60 a barrel on average, you can do the maths at waiting and they mean for the economy. The economic value is immeasurable.
When will they see these results come out?
These results, they give you a fast track in 6 weeks, as Jim Golan, the CEO of GeoPartners, mentioned, but the full processing of them go happen within 8 to 12 months. So we on job now for make sure we fast track this processing, because we want target drilling activities in 2026. So the processing of this data, this seismic whether to acquire, now ain't going form we for drilling activities.
Waiting government makeup of this survey, the Vice President Dr. Mohammed Jule Jallo.
From what you've presented and from previous discussions we have had with the leadership of the Petroleum Directorate, this is a very fine time, a very important moment in our journey for energy security. And from the presentation, you have signaled a lot of hope for that transition to take place. And we know that you have been around, like you said, for 61 days and did the survey successfully. And today, for us, that is a milestone in the opportunity that we want to unleash in the petroleum sector.
Vice President believes say this survey show government commitment for opening the market for oil and gas exploration and partnership for boost the country economy.
And we believe that this signal the next round. After this, when the data is analyzed, I think the Petroleum Directorate is going to launch the next round of licensing system to allow exploration, to allow the analysis of the data. And we believe that this is very, very important. It is coming at a time when there's a lot of challenges in the world around revenue collection. Today, we are in the world wherein development aid is contracting. So there is now a pressure for African countries to look inward and to be able to generate their own resources. And we believe a survey like this will set the country on a path to increase its investment and, more importantly, create jobs.
Even though the survey being focused on oil and gas, but the Bureau Geophysical Prospecting Company be informed the Vice President about the illegal fishing with them fennel say they happen na Saloon water, and according to them, this now one-way pass mark, and most of the fishing boats and ship them can come on at Cape Verde and other parts in Africa for camp fishing na Saloon water, and they do bad thing them where they unbog the dolphin and whales them within the Saloon water and safe. This now one of the thing them where unbog them work, because plenty fishing nets and fishing materials them in a Saloon water. We make the Vice President say then gladly for know this and go take action for solve them.
And we are also very pleased that you shared additional information for which the survey was not intended, the problem of illegal fishing. And I take good note of that. And I take good note of also the recommendations you have made. And will transmit the recommendations to His Excellency the President and the other authorities to look into it. Above all, I want to use this opportunity to thank you. I want to reassure you that we'll make the maximum use of this, because we now know that our petroleum asset is underexplored. And this is a beginning to send a very strong message that Sierra Leone is open for business in the energy sector.
The Vice President end up for assure the people of Saloon say then go work with the Petroleum Directorate for making use of data. We go come up from this survey for CC Saloon people benefit from any oil and gas where dem go discover na the Salone water. For Radio Democracy, Musa Kamara, the reports.
May I have your attention, please? Are you planning your next trip? Think Air Sierra Leone. If you're looking to travel to London or Lagos stress-free, visit us now, number 2123 Siaka Stevens Street, Freetown. Air Sierra Leone now flies directly between Sierra Leone to the United Kingdom, as well as from Freetown to Lagos. 30,000 feet above the clouds, Air SL flies so high, departing from Monday to Friday.